Welcome to Gaileon Repairs. If it's broken, you can be sure that I'll have it working in no time. Good to see you again. Need something else? Gaileon Industries worked for no one, neither the government nor the people. We worked for the highest bidder, and oftentimes, ourselves. The US government tried everything they could to get their hands on our patents and prototypes. We even gave the Pentagon incomplete documents. The Marines or the Secret Service or someone of similar caliber tried to raid one of our offices here in Portland. They were unsuccessful, of course. You found one of our particle weaponry prototypes. This was known as the Gaileon Industries Subsonic Assault Rifle. This was actually a modification of an existing weapon created by Watts Electronics. We took our particle technology and put it on top of the weapon. The original version fired simple projectiles. Our version combined our particle tech to create infused particle bolts that were lethal. Yes, my brother Thomas Gaileon. He was in charge of the actual sciencey parts of the company. Lead researcher and whatnot. We went our separate ways after the bombs dropped. I found myself this little shop to work out of, and well, I don't know what happened to him. Sometimes I feel I should have done more to stick together with him, but we had our differences. Okay, fine. I always was a terrible liar. I'm not just some engineer. I was head roboticist and lead engineer at a company called Gaileon Industries. There, you happy? I think our business is done for today. Thank you. It's an old world term for someone who builds things, from machines to robots to that Pip-Boy on your arm. Don't see too many tinkerers around this place anymore. People are happy using junk and not giving a second shit about it. A dying breed we are. Hope I get to live long enough that I can teach some youngsters. Adam Gaileon, master fixer-upper, technician, and engineer. Gaileon Industries. We were the most advanced robotics and particle research company on the planet. Androids that were close to humanoid. That would have rivaled the most powerful weapons the Chinese had. If only the US didn't dump all its money into producing the power armor prototypes. Hundreds of our android prototypes left to rot. If it was the bleeding edge of research and robotics, Gaileon was always the first to be there. That was my brother's field. I would love to tell you all about it, but I haven't seen my brother for years. He could be dead for all I know. Particle technology was going to be the new form of weaponry, the great new class. Think of the power of plasma with the precision of laser. Seems they found their way into distribution somehow, if you're holding one right now. We shipped a small quantity to the US government for the war. We never really found out what happened to them, however. I assumed all but a few were lost in the hellfire. Sorry, I don't really have anything to sell. It's hard enough to find good parts round these rough areas. Sorry, I don't really have anything to sell. It's hard enough to find good parts round these rough areas. Let me take a look. I'll be able to fix it up. Well, after the war, I hid in a basement for a while before setting up shop here. Was a quiet enough area. This was something I found lying in a rubble pile on my travels. Got it fixed up and it works a treat. I've seen them around before. Lucky guess. It says it on the front face. I just happened to glance and notice it. Maybe he found a similar-looking one. They might be common. I haven't given anyone any arms. Please come again soon. Gaileon Industries. We were the most advanced robotics and particle research company on the planet. Androids that were close to humanoid. That would have rivaled the most powerful weapons the Chinese had. If only the US didn't dump all its money into producing the power armor prototypes. Hundreds of our android prototypes left to rot. If it was the bleeding edge of research and robotics, Gaileon was always the first to be there. Is that... It is! This is an ST rifle armed bipedal robot. I was in charge of designing these for the US military. I haven't seen one in years. It looks just like I remember. It even has... Wait, this isn't right. The eyes, they're completely different! Its chest is different too! My robot never had this much wasted space! Is that an internal heater? Why does it have that? It's just wasting energy! I didn't build this pile of garbage. This is an imitation. No, worse, it's an insult. They've taken my design and ruined it with superfluous features. I can't even look at this thing. It makes me sick. Get this walking garbage bin out of my store. Very well. You're really willing to kill for that thing? Fine. But you've brought this on yourself. You were the one who brought it here in the first place, so you should leave with it. Then you could leave with it. Get out of here. Fair enough, but I still want that thing gone. If I had to guess, I'd say it was some kid who didn't know what he was doing. No self-respecting scientist would so flagrantly plagiarize my designs. Not even the Enclave would stoop so low. Ever since I got into the business, people have been stealing my ideas, leeching off my vision. I didn't think I'd have to deal with this after the war, but I suppose I was wrong. Get out. Why, yes, I do have one of those. I built them, after all. Say, you wouldn't happen to be involved with a man in Exo-2 power armor, would you? I see. I'm sorry if I seem paranoid, but you can never be too careful nowadays. The price is 2,000 caps. Take it or leave it. That tells me all I need to know. Our business is over. Yes, if you've been to Junk Flea's market, you've probably seen him. He has the same name as me, Adam. So that's his name. That hooligan is the reason I'm not doing business anymore. The moment he walked in here, he gave me the evil eye, kept pushing things around. When I gave him my price, he called me a zombie and attacked me. If a friend of mine hadn't been here, that Theo might have killed me. I don't care what he wants the sensor module for. I refuse to do any business with him. I don't care what he wants the sensor module for. I refuse to do any business with him. You people never do. It's endearing, but also rather annoying. 2,000 caps. Not a single cap more or less. A pleasure doing business with you. Please come again. Fine, take it. It's not worth my life. Why does it always have to end in violence? This is a lot of caps. I suppose I could make an exception this one time. Here, take it. I hope Theo is happy. I'd rather take cash. Fair enough. Take the time you need to gather the funds. It's not like anyone else is going to buy it.